Good day, emerging mothers. I hope all is well with you. I am checking in for our 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, of course, where I would like to share just a few tips, and I am going to let you all know that I'm just chilling, really, at a Starbucks around the corner from my daughter's school. Of course, I'll be picking her up about 3:15 or so, but decided to spend some time with you all before I went to go pick her up. And so today's topic, and I'm so excited about today's topic because, you know, as I've mentioned before, I'm right here in the trenches with you all. I want to chat today with you all about ways to build a deeper level of trust with your team. Way to build a deeper level of trust. And you know what? Just in case you all are unable to hear me, I am going to just leave just a couple of belongings here, and I am going to step outside so you all can hear me clearly. I hear a blender going. I hear all types of coffee being made and all types of course, hot chocolate being made and all of those things being made. And I want to make sure that you all are able to hear me. So listen, let's just jump right in. In talking about ways to build a deeper level of trust between you and your team, because of course you will want to make sure that that is established prior to their transition. That will be so very important. And I'm going to stand right here in front of this wall right here so you can at least halfway see me just a little bit. But prior to your team's transition, making sure that that trust is either built or making sure that if it is built, that it's secure, will be, again, very important. Because guess what? Away with the days of monitoring their play dates or preparing their meals so that you can make sure that they've eaten enough vegetables. Away with those days. They're older now. Away with the days of really calling a babysitter and making sure that you have a second set of eyes on them, or even, that whole catering to them is becoming less and less for us. So, as that distance between them and ourselves become obvious, and as that gap increases, if you will, we want to make sure that, of course, we have established that trust. It's almost like learning and earning. We're learning, of course, more and more to trust them, but by the same token, we're earning their trust as well. That's the focus, is that, it's a mutual, it's reciprocal, if you will. Whereas we're trusting them, they're trusting us, and it really does promote this a phenomenal relationship. It really does. So, and I think of it kind of like driving a car. I mean, we're driving a car, we check all the fluids, of course, the water, make sure there's enough water, enough oil, and all of those things as it pertains to a car. And so we make sure that the tires are adequate. We check in to make sure that, of course, the gauges are working properly. All of that. However, I think of it and compare it with our teens and them transitioning off onto the college campus and making sure that relationship is established so that they will feel free to come to us at any given time based off of what they're experiencing, etc. But although we've checked all of those things on the car, that's not to say that everything is right. The internal part of the car will let us know when something is wrong, even though we've checked in the fluids and the tires and all of that. If maybe the engine light comes on, then we know that there's an issue internally. The same with our teens. When they transition off onto the college campus, I mean, of course we check in with them and we, ask them how's everything, their interactions with their profs and how are their grades coming along, and we ask them all of those things. But when they transition off, just like we see a red flag in reference to that engine light coming on, when driving our car, we will want to remain cognizant and aware, and we will want to watch just behavioral signs because there could be something internally going on, of course, with our teens as well. So I just want to just toss that out before we jump into these 5 tips that, even though we're checking in, we just want to make sure that, of course, we're watching also additional signs and we're reading between the lines just to make sure that everything is okay with them physically, emotionally, relationally, spiritually, all of those other different areas. It'll be important to really pay careful attention to that. And so the first and again, this as well, before we jump in, have we really sat down and talked to our teens about what trust means to them? Have we done that? Because you know what? Trust can mean a lot of different things to a lot of different people. And you want to be on the same page regarding what that means. You know, it could mean something different to you than it does to them. For me, it means making sure that the words and those actions fall in line, that that they touch base, that they connect, that they agree with one another, making sure that we do what we say we're going to do when we say we're going to do it. That could be different for your team. So consider sitting down with them and touching base regarding what trust means to them, and then what trust means, of course, for the family. And we want to be clear about this, and we want to, we want to be on the same page, because if in fact you move forward with any types of tips, then if we haven't established that up front, then there could be some levels of ambiguity that's being created. So once that is established, and once when the teen, like say for instance, an example, if the teen's curfew is at a certain time, then of course, and they say that they're going to be home at that time, then of course over time that trust is being built. It's your turn in reference to, washing the dishes. That's a part of your chore for that week. Then trust is built even more when they do what they say they're going to do, when they say they're going to do it. If I have established some type of agreement with, maybe one of my daughters, and by no means that I have to establish these types of agreements, because they're clear in reference to keeping themselves safe, but leaving making sure that when you drive you're cognizant and in your right mind, away with the drugs, taking drugs, we just that's really not a part of our our immediate family repertoire. So those types of things, if there's some type of family agreement regarding, what we're about, what we'll do and what we won't do, then it really does establish some level of commitment amongst the family at the very, very beginning. We want to, as much as we possibly can, be honest, and we want to be respectful, and we want to, of course, live according to our family vision. There's some words that are on the wall on a picture that's in the household, and I'll have to maybe take a picture of that and post it, of course, in the group, so that, just in case you're sitting down, you and your family, maybe during a family meeting, and jotting down what your vision is, that would be helpful. And then maybe each person in the family can take a picture of that to make sure that they're actually living according to that, whether it's faith or whether it's love, whether it's, honesty, whether it's us supporting one another, whatever that is. Every family has something that's really the core of that family. Ours is God and our relationship with God, and then it's education, and it's love, and there's just multiple things that really make up a family. And you can tell it when you're around other families long enough. You can tell what's important to them, what really drives that family to be their absolute best. And so, but ours is our bottom line core foundation rock is our relationship with Christ. So first and foremost, I would like to ask you to consider, to after you've established that whole trust issue, to establish those expectations, really, that and again, that trust grows over time. When not only the team, they're doing what they say they're going to do, but also you do what you say you're going to do as well, mother, please. And again, as they continue to do, what they say they're going to do, then of course it's so interesting because after they leave the house, then you can still count on them. They're already, it's almost like muscle memory. For those who play basketball and you put up hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of shots, it's like that muscle memory. I mean, you're in a game. Doesn't matter what defenders are on you. I mean, my goodness, you've done it so much. Then in the game, you're actually doing it because you've done it so much before. So when they're doing it at the house, then more than not, you can count on them doing it, of course, when they're out of the house as well. There are just some expectations that they know and you know that more than not, they're going to abide by it. So setting clear, crystal clear expectations so everyone is on the same page, whether they're in the house or whether they leave the house. Second, we want to make sure that, as they're doing what they say they're going to do, we want to make sure, number two, that we're fertilizing that feedback. It's just like us. If we're working for an employer, it's important to receive that feedback just to see if I'm still on track. I mean, what tweaks do I need to make? Where are my strengths in this project? Where do I need to improve? Where are my challenges so I can focus on those and correct those so that I can even become better in those areas, especially if it's a part of my responsibility. That's critically important. So let's fertilize that for them so that they will know whether or not they're on track, and if they're not, how can they get back on track? And it's through the feedback that they'll receive. So again, if they've cleaned their room, kept that room clean for, I don't know, a week or two or three or four or period, we want to make sure that we've commended them on that. We want to make sure that we're encouraging them, we're inspiring them, and of course we're motivating them. Listen, my hubby and I, when it comes to our daughters, they probably think that they can just walk on air, because we will let them know when we're absolutely proud of them. And then, of course, by the same token, we will let them know when there are areas of improvement as well. Also, we want to make sure that we're consistent and setting reasonable, of course, expectations. That's very, very important. So, of course, we're setting the expectations, we're fertilizing the feedback, and then even while we're fertilizing that feedback, I'd like us to do this, mothers. I'd like us to make sure that we're watching those energy cycles. So if it seems as though my daughters have had a down day, or maybe they are experiencing something inevitable that's a challenge for them, I'm watching and I'm acknowledging that energy cycle, and I may even wait a little while before I give feedback on a particular matter that has been on my mind, just so that I can make sure that it's received well. So please consider watching that energy cycle and provide the feedback, if at all costs, accordingly. Okay, and then also when I am providing the feedback, I'm making sure that I'm practicing some type of active listening, so I can make sure there could be something as to why they were unable to fulfill that expectations, and it could be legitimate, and I want to make sure that I'm being considerate of that. So if you'll please do that as well, mothers, that would be absolutely awesome. Listen, I'm uncertain if y'all can really see me or not. It seems as though my screen is a little gloomy. If not, listen, please, if you'll just listen to these words, that would be absolutely amazing. And I'll make sure that my background is a little better next time, and that I'm somewhere else other than where coffee is being grinded. Third, modeling matters. If your teen sees that what you're saying for them really matters not for you, then you'll be made aware. It's almost like there's this engrafted hypocrisy detector that lives within each and every one of our teens. And when our words and our actions do not match up, then of course they know. And in order to circumvent that, we need to make sure that we're doing what we say we're going to do as well. I'm trying to help someone here. We want to make sure that we're able to allow a connection between our words and our actions as well. And I'm thinking about a particular situation, whereas timeliness is just important to me. And so there was a time when a daughter of mine, of course, she, timeliness was just the importance of it was just lacking a little bit, just slightly. And so then, because I knew that it really wasn't important to her, although it's important to me, then I would just, think to myself, okay, well, she may not be ready to go to this, wherever we were going, an outing or what have you. So I would just kind of just get to a point, whereas, I would become from time to time lackadaisical. She went off to college, came home for a holiday or spring break or the summer or what have you. And then I noticed that timeliness was important to her. I was excited, but then it caused me to take a couple steps back, like, this is interesting. So then I started to notice how, in a conversation between her and my hubby, there was mention of, just wanting to, Dad, I just need to be there here at this time. I need to be there at that time. And I thought, and excited, but then thought to myself, I will need to, with this daughter, jump back on my game to make sure that, we're holding to my commitment, holding to her commitment, but excited to see that happened. And that something must have resonated on the college campus to now let me know, okay, we understand and we know the importance of being timely. So very important that we're modeling what we're asking them to model. It's so very important. So that was an eye-opener for me, and an area where I said, let me jump back on my game. Okay, 2 more tips. The next one is that we want to be considerate and consistent with our consequences. So let me share this with you. And let me tell you all what I used to do. And, it came just a little bit from my background as well. Whenever an expectation was unfulfilled, and not all the time, but from time to time, I'd, receive a cell phone on my end until maybe a grade came up, or until it really resonated within us that maybe, some behavior needed to change. And then the question was asked, well, when can I receive my cell phone back? And I would say, what? Well, I'm uncertain. Let me think about it. I'll let you know. What in the world? There should be like some type of end date. There should be some type of information provided, so that there can be some type of awareness that, okay, because if the teen is saying, I'm going to jump on it, I'm going to make sure that I've changed this behavior, but yet they're moving forward with no idea regarding when I would be able to receive this reward of having my cell phone back, it's just important that they're striving towards something, and that there's a conclusion to something. So for me to say, oh, well, I don't know, I'm uncertain, I'll let you know, then we want to be considerate. We really do with those consequences. So, you know what? Lesson learned even for me all over the place that, you know, we just want to be, the consideration is critical. It is, because they want to change more than not. They want to change very, 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 very quickly, usually. So we want to be able to give some type of date, some type of time frame, some type of something, so that they can make sure that, of course, they're able to be rewarded with whatever it is, of course, that they're wanting back or wanting to improve, etc. Okay, last but not least, let's make sure that we're allowing love to lead when our teens are learning their lesson. We want to make sure that we're leading with love. We want to make sure that, of course, we are, if that trust has been broken, that, they know that we still support them, we still love them, we're still in this building stage of trusting each other, and if it's already built, securing that trust to make sure that, of course, the behaviors are corrected, but by the same token, when they transition off, then of course it's just so solid, they will still come to you, of course, when they're facing any situation or circumstance. So you know what, there's all type of statistics in reference to, and this is what I consider the development of the brain and that prefrontal cortex, and how, it develops, of course, quicker in girls than boys. And then also, by the same token, although our teens may think and that they know all trust, we've been around the block more than a couple of times. And so we want to just take that in consideration as we're building this trust. Listen, that's a wrap for me. I will drop more stats, of course, in the group regarding the development of the teen brain, so we can just have something to take in consideration. You know that I love you all. I appreciate you. Our upcoming masterclass will be on November the 8th. So please share it with your friends, and there'll be more additional people, of course, drop it into the group so that they can participate and of course attend the masterclass. And until next time, listen, mothers, let's uphold positively our position prior to our teens' transition. That's going to be so very, very important. Let's continue to parent and love these teens up so that when they transition off, of course, guess what? They may be far away, but they're close to us because we have connected with them and there's some security. So thank you so much. I will see you next Tuesday if I do not see you all before then. Take care. Bye.